Mike. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am satisfied with the answer that has been given by the Minister, and I want to regret, on behalf of the people of Kakamega, Mombasa, Nakuru, Kilifi, and Isiolo, that 1.1 billion shillings, which was earmarked for promoting accountability in delivery of services in those counties and reducing fraud and wastage and abuse of resources in the health sector, has fallen on its face. Mr. Speaker, because of where we are, I want to draw the attention of the Minister to page 9 of his answer, bullet 8.3, where you have mentioned the issue of the Social Health Authority. Mr. Minister, since you're trying to look for ways of bridging the gap, the universal health, where it has succeeded elsewhere in the world, the funding model is clearly based on what comes from the National Treasury, plus what they realize from the contributions for members who subscribe into the program for insurance, and finally, an element of out-of-pocket. Could you clarify to the country, Mr. Minister, that the current funding model of SHA does not factor in any money from the National Treasury? Given, Mr. Minister, that in your budget you have 134.5 billion shillings thereabout to the Ministry of Health, which remains at which is going to remain at Afi House, can I plead on behalf of the Kenyans that 134 billion shillings that is remaining at Afi House, you should take upwards of 50%, 80%, 60%, and take it into SHA so that it can be the national government's contribution to cushion the program, because the noise I'm hearing across the country, Minister, is about funding. People are happy about SHA, but the funding doesn't appear to be sustainable. Can you undertake to go and learn and borrow from the way it is done in other countries, the UK included, on how universal health care is funded? I'm afraid, Minister, the noise
Boni.
we're hearing is not about to come to an end. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator
Thank
Boni.
you,
Cabinet
Mr.
Secretary, please respond.
Thank you.
Proceed, Cabinet Secretary. Senator Cherargei, I did. Yes, so I've told you we have run out of time. There's another Cabinet Secretary waiting. What questions? The question has been answered. This is a supplementary question. Senator Cherargei, we are not going to engage each other in a verbal exchange. Cabinet Secretary, please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Senator Cherargei, that is enough. We have run. Let the Cabinet Secretary reply, please. No. No. Allow the Cabinet Secretary to respond. Cabinet Secretary, please respond.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just to quickly address the two issues that Senator Boni has raised. On his regrets, I agree that funding issues like advocacy and support on fight against corruption will be affected, certainly. And we may not have enough resources to support such programs, but it is regrettable because we really need accountability in the country. So I agree with Senator Khalwale on that. Secondly, on the issue of universal health cover, again, I want to agree with Senator Boni that this program is contentious everywhere in the world. There's no country that I know of which has implemented universal health coverage without issues around it, either political, people who feel it should not be implemented, especially in developed democracies, or it is issues around how to implement it. But again, as a country, I think in manifestos of major political parties, we promised universal health coverage. But we must implement it properly. The issues around SHA is not that SHA is not right. It is the good thing, it's the right thing to do, but the issues around it is, are we doing it properly? So this is the question that we need to do. So what am I going to do from the Treasury perspective? From the Treasury, I'm going to insist on rationalization of our budget to put money where it is needed. I just want to tell Senator Khalwale that it is the Treasury has supported SHA. It's not true that we haven't supported. Even in the current supplementary 2, we have allocation of 6 billion to support SHA, 3 billion to support primary health care, and another 3 billion to support critical care, health care. By the way, it may interest members to understand also from the information I have is that the critical health care was not being provided under NHIF. But under SHA, the government has insisted we must provide it. And we must make resources available. We will, apart from the deductions from members, which is basically insurance, it is not actually expenditure. The money that is collected from Kenyans, if you take the best case scenario that no Kenyan falls sick, that money should not be spent, it should remain there. So it's not an expenditure. That is why when you look at our fiscal framework, we have removed the SHA allocation, the 73 billion, from the fiscal framework because it is not an expenditure. But the government must also put in money to support healthcare in the country. So you will see in the budget our allocation to support this health program. Because it is critical, we must do it. And I hope and I believe that the line ministry will do justice to Kenyans by making this system work, make it more efficient, and make it more accountable. The problems which are there were bound also to be there because any new thing must have challenges. But those challenges must be dealt with within a period of time so that the system works. We cannot afford to lose this. We cannot afford to lose this system. This system is the best for this country, especially with these challenges around some of the health programs that were being supported by USAID. We need a system that caters for the vulnerable of the society. And so mine was, Mr. Speaker, just largely to agree with Honorable Khalwale. And I've taken note of your suggestion and advice to my ministry on how to deal with the funding to the health ministry. I will act accordingly.
Thank you very much, Cabinet Secretary. We shall give you leave now. Wish you all the best in the hard task ahead. And probably we'll see you next time you're in this house to ask you more questions. Thank you, Cabinet Secretary.